What's up, everybody? So we are here the day after the Leadville 100, and just want to say it was the most amazing experience of my life. We're back, baby. Leadville 100, let's go.
As Julian's parents, we're so proud to be here with him as he takes on the second challenge of the Leadville 100.
Just very proud that he actually fell off the horse, shook it off, and he's back at it again.
I am Jackie. I'm Julian's wife. Emotional support, content behind the scenes, and just here to always be his partner in life and always be here for his epic moments. The simple fact that he's here again 1 year later is mind-blowing. We're looking to finish what we started last year.
I'm Hector Rodriguez from San Diego, California. Me and Julian have been friends for a few years. I'm really stoked to be here to give back to him, to support him. He's done it for me. I'm gonna do my best to make sure that he finishes this race in the best way possible.
Name's Andre Chavez. He did my 50K. We started chatting with him. He told me he was running Leadville. From there, we kind of bonded. I said, hey, hit me up when you're around. And I'm here, stoked to be here to help him out.
To see all these people here, one, I know they believe in me, and two, I know they love me. And to me, that's all that matters in life. Right now, I'm a firefighter paramedic in South Florida. I work for the project. I'm the full-time paramedic there to make sure these candidates change their life and are safe along the way. So tomorrow, I'm gonna run my own race. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna enjoy the beautiful mountains, and I cannot wait to enter the pain cave and just discover all the weakness that I have inside of me and just tell it, not today. I have zero worries. So when I step into the arena, I don't worry about anything. I'm not worried about rolling my ankle. I'm not worried about not eating enough. I'm not worried about anything. All I'm gonna worry about is my 2 feet, exactly where they are the entire race. The mile that I'm on is the only mile that's important. I truly believe the things we do in life, we're supposed to support. And these two things are the Florida Smoke Diver Patch and the modern day Night Crest. These two things have changed my life. They've molded me and guided me into the person that I am today. And they've given me the lessons that I need to endure anything in life, to overcome any obstacle, and to create the dream that I once had into reality. Well, this race to me has been everything. It's been a high priority in my life the last year. We're back to complete something we didn't finish last year. Last year, my mindset was to compete at something I had never even dove into, and it was unrealistic. And with that, took a lot of my energy from my mindset of being present. This year, I'm just excited for 1 mile, right? And if I get another mile, I'm gonna crush that mile, and we're gonna go as far as we can. And whatever happens along the way, I'm gonna overcome, adapt. Last year, I wasn't ready for that mindset. Last year, I hit some adversity. It destroyed me to the core. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for the chaos. So this year, I'm ready for chaos. I'm ready for pain. I'm ready for just that 1 mile. We're gonna kick this thing off tomorrow at 2 a.m., get the mind right, move the body a little bit. We're gonna get in the flow state and make it happen. I'm so stoked. I'm like a little kid ready for Christmas tomorrow. Can't wait for that gun to go off.
Anybody can be extraordinary. You gotta put yourself in extraordinary situations. Let's go. 1 mile, that's all we got.
Remember, you're better than you think you are, you can do more than you think you can. So think.
The first 12 and a half miles was pretty easy. Kept it slow and just tried to keep a comfortable pace and make it as easy as possible. Came into May Queen, got my refill on water, and then headed up to Powerline. Going up to Powerline, it was good. It had a consistent pace. And then I just wanted to reinforce coming down Powerline, not to burn out my legs because it's pretty steep. And that was uneventful as well. When I was coming into mile 24 and a half, which is at Outward Bound, my legs were completely thrashed. I felt like I had just run 100 miles. It was worrisome, to say the least. Knees were already hurting. So I kept a positive attitude, didn't say any of these things. And I rolled right into Pipeline. So from Pipeline, it was just keeping a good pace, watching my hydration, my nutrition. You know, my legs were starting to tell me like, hey, like you're coming up on 30 miles, like you've run a lot. And we had a lot of race left to go, right? So from Pipeline to Twin Lakes, we had a couple problems. First problem was I got a little dizzy and I slowed down tremendously. And all I could focus on was just get to the part where we can run down to Twin Lakes and we're good. And about that time, mentally, I was in such a bad place. I questioned a lot of things on my training, how much volume I had done, and you know, how my legs were so thrashed so early into the race.
So when we were coming into Twin Lakes outbound, I was an absolute nervous wreck. That's where Julian had DNF last year. And for me, as his partner, everything that he feels, I feel it tenfold. So when he was coming in, I was very sensitive, and I wanted to make sure that he was in a good place.
I came on down to Twin Lakes, which is almost 38 miles, and there the crew just brought me back to life, right?
Get some people around you, everything changes. We got a race to finish. Let's go.
Guys, the people that you surround yourself with, the impact that they have on your life, like these people are so important to you.
Dig deep, bro. Opportunity of a lifetime.
It goes to show us that we all have a tribe we need to be surrounded by. The tribe is always going to be there for us, right? The tribe is always going to support us. They're always going to have the best energy for us. They're not going to be negative. They're not going to be naysayers. They're not going to be people that are pessimistic. Like, it was so much optimism, and it literally changed my, my race around for 2 miles.
You look good. I just went through fucking hell.
Keep that.
All hard, brother.
He was strong. He was ready to continue on, and so he did.
Let's go, brother! Go!
Julian just left. What I liked that I saw was that drank all his water, had all his fluid. So I was really happy to see that once he got here, saw everybody, saw his family. I felt like he left in much more positive spirit.
He looked way better than last year. I can't forget the way he looked last year. He slowed down a little bit, but I think he's playing the long game. It's a 100-mile race, not a marathon. He knows what he's doing.
I'm looking out right now, and those mountains look gnarly. And he's still got to come back around it.
There are some ominous clouds out that way.
So we left Twin Lakes, and we're coming up into climbing up to Hope Pass. When we get up about a mile, Tony leaves me, and it was a struggle the rest of the way. I just couldn't catch my breath. The altitude was really kicking my ass.
I knew at this point he was coming into uncharted territory, right? He was going into Hope Pass and Winfield, a place that he didn't even make it to last time. But I knew that if he made it back, he would finish this race.
As I got up to Hope Pass and I saw the llamas, it was refreshing, right? All right, I did that once, I don't have to do it again. And now I knew I had a monster to get down and then get back up. Well, on the way down, my knees were in excruciating pain, and I couldn't keep the pace that I wanted, so I was super frustrated with myself. A lot of doubt arose about everything that we've done to prepare, everything that we've done to sacrifice for this race, for this moment. And as I'm going down, I never spoke anything negative, right? The two things that I said out loud consistently were, I will finish Leadville, and I am a warrior, right? So it's super important to always be able to talk to yourself in a manner that is true, reinforcing it with positive affirmation. So I get down to Winfield, timing's not looking good to make the cutoff back at Twin Lakes, but I didn't have an option, right? The only option was to grab some fuel, grab some water, and then head back up. So headed back up, and it was about 4 miles of consistent climbing that was way nastier than the front side. But I was okay with it because I knew once I got to the top, this was over. So I got to the top, and I was looking at the time, and the cutoff was real close. It was gonna be about 1 hour and 20 minutes for me to get down from Hope Pass to Twin Lakes.
Those 10 hours that we were waiting for him to come back was probably the worst. I was a little quiet, I was to myself, everyone was kind of enjoying. I was just refreshing my phone, trying to see where he was at. And of course, we had no Wi-Fi, so I was just freaking out the entire time. But by 8 o'clock, we were ready. We had our pacer, Andre, ready to go. He was suited up. The clock just kept ticking and ticking and ticking. And we're like, where is this guy? Is he gonna finish?
Well, we haven't seen his tracker since 8:20, so about 1 hour and 4 minutes. Looked like he was about 6 miles out. The good news is that it was downhill. I don't know how technical it is, but there is no doubt on my mind this is gonna come down to the wire. And I really hope he's tracking how close he's gonna be. So we got the whole team set up over there. We're gonna make sure he runs through and then kind of get him past the time checker. We gotta get him 35 minutes, so it's getting close.
My crew came out and had me sprint for probably 1.5 miles to make cutoff at Twin Lakes.
That's 10 minutes. Let's go. Let's go.
We just grabbed everything that we had and we made it over to the checkpoint because we knew it was going to be a close call. He made it with 4 minutes to spare.
Take it easy, let's recoup. Let's recoup.
That's a minute.
I'm not gonna make it.
No, yeah, you sat him down. We changed his shoes. We gave him everything that he needed, food, hydration, and we pushed him on. So I knew at that point he made it through the hardest part of the race, and he was gonna finish.
You want the down jacket or no? I knew you did.
This shit was painful.
He made it. Just like we thought, it was a nail biter. He definitely took a lot out of him. You could tell he was pushing.
I barely made it. At this point, I was done, right? Mentally, I was pretty checked out. I had disregarded hydration, nutrition for the last 2 hours, just trying to make time. And I was in a bad spot until my boy Andre brought me back to life. So Andre paced me from Twin Lakes to Outward Bound, and it was amazing. This guy is the most impressive human I've ever met. His energy, his charisma, his positivity, his attitude towards everything is amazing. He told me, you're a warrior, you gotta dig deep, right? You just gotta dig deep. And I kept telling myself that, you know, it's gonna get better. And this was the lowest moment of the race, right? At this point, I really felt failure was imminent. And I just told myself, Julian, just take another step. Just take another step. This won't last, right? It never does. About 45 minutes later, I hit a turning point, right? My mind finally realized that I wasn't gonna fucking stop until I finished. And the pain, the aches, everything went away. And from that moment on, nothing was gonna stop me from finishing this race.
Started moving good, so feel good. Ready to finish this thing.
So we ran most of Twin Lakes down to Outward Bound, got to Outward Bound with 30 minutes to spare for the cutoff.
He showed up smiling. And again, that was just an extra boost of confidence for me, knowing that he would finish. This is the best he's looked, I think, all day, so that's a good sign. He's gonna finish tonight.
We passed over maybe 40 people on our way here. He's gonna finish, simple as that.
Picked up my next pacer, which is Hector Rodriguez. My man is an animal.
Coming in on 79 miles, and we're running like we just woke up. Human body is the most magnificent thing on planet Earth. The mind is what you have to control. 5 hours ago, I was down and out, and here I am, chopping wood. Everybody wants to eat, but few will hunt.
And we hiked up Powerline. That hike was relentless, man. It was consistent, and it was just more fucking climbing after 75 miles into the race. So we climbed out of Powerline, and I told him, I said, hey, let's keep a slow, consistent climb. If we can run the back half, we're gonna do great. And he was a beast, man. He kept the pace, kept me going, kept me drinking my water, having the right food that I needed. And we crushed on down to May Queen. And as we're running, we're just passing people. We're passing people. And this is the end of the race, right? You're supposed to be deteriorating. And it went to show me that, like, when you're the most broken, you have the most to give. That's the moment that, like, you give truly your all and break out of that pain, break out of the mindset that you're out, like you're tapped out, you're defeated. Like, no, you're never defeated. Like, at that moment, that's when you show who you really are.
I'm Connor. I'm picking up Julian for the final leg, and I'm gonna bring him to the finish line and make sure he's ready to go to finish this thing. If nothing else works, I'll just piss him off and he'll chase me, and we'll get him there.
I thought maybe at May Queen he was gonna be a little tired. He looked like he just wanted to finish, he wanted to continue on, and that's it. We knew it was just a matter of what was the finishing time gonna be at that point.
So we got up to May Queen, and we had another 30 minutes to spare for the cutoff, 35 minutes. Picked up my next pacer, Connor Coyne. This guy is one of the biggest warriors that I surround myself with, and he is just a type of person that is gonna accept perfection, that he's gonna accept you being excellent, and he kept me along the entire way, pushing me as hard as we could. We're still passing people, we're still running, right? And you know, my buddy Andre told me as the race was going on, he's like, you're gonna get stronger. And I got stronger, it was insane, right?
100 miles to the Rocky Mountains, nothing like it.
But to me, the mountains are opportunity. The vastness of the Colorado Rockies is unbelievable. And some may call it scary, some may call it intimidating. To me, it's a challenge. And there's no challenge I ever back down from.
I'll never forget the last 2 miles. It was a straight climb. And I was like, this race just doesn't stop. Digging into your soul and just grabbing everything that you have to finish. And when we saw the finish line, I saw a quote that says, the finish line of Leadville is like no other. And that is the truth. I saw the finish line with Connor, and I said, dude, we're here. We're here, we made it. person that left 6th Street in Harrison in the city of Leadville on Saturday at 4 a.m. was a completely different person Sunday at 9:15 a.m. when I crossed that finish line. And when I crossed the finish line, the first thing that came to my mind was, you can't do anything in this world alone. Like, you have to be surrounded by the best people. And with that, you have to bring the best person to serve those people, right? And to be a person that's always a lighthouse, that is always hope, right? That there's always optimism of it's gonna be okay. We're gonna get through anything life throws our way. With the support of that tribe, that's what life is. To me, that's what success is. That's it, that's the impact, and that's what we live for, is the people that we surround ourselves with, and the way that we can present opportunity and any help in any way. And that's my Leadville.
We all ran with them together at the end, and it was a surreal and beautiful moment to come back and finish what we didn't get to finish last year. We did it this year, and I think the victory was much sweeter. When you fail first and then you finish, it gets more powerful. It's truly earned, and I'm so proud of him. It's a beautiful thing that you can have that impact on people. Not a lot of people have that, so I'm proud of you, and we'll see what you do next. I love you.
Conquered, and he will conquer again. Good job, son.
We are so proud. Just waiting to see what the next step is for Julian. There's always going to be a next step.
You can't be scared of chasing your dream. You have to live your life that's your only option. Because if you don't, there's gonna come a point at the end of your life where you regret never chasing that dream. And regret is the worst thing a man or woman can live with, right? So chase your dream, don't make excuses, make shit happen.